Hi. So, medical practice is not always just about prescribing medications or diagnosing patients or maybe anything so technical. It also has an element where you have to stand for your patients. You have to stand for their needs, their essentials. The next case that I can talk about is something that was part of the transformation in my life and my career. It was way back in 2010 April when I moved into Singrauli that I had this patient who had a very strange history for me. Strange because the lady could conceive but was not able to carry it beyond the first trimester. It was getting aborted every time. And in the laboratory investigations, it was clear that she was a carrier for hepatitis B and C, both. They had been trying for this for a good many number of years now. I exactly don't remember. It's there in my book. And so one of the chemists approached me. It was his relative. This gentleman, family was very poor, and as is the case in villages, they were scouting for another woman so that the boy could be married to another woman, considering that this woman was infertile. First of all, I set the intentions right that look here, your wife is not infertile, she is able to conceive. Problem is, she is not able to carry it forward, and let's see what we can do about it. Then the good part was that this gentleman was ready to stand by his wife, and we started on with consent. He being poor, I was restricted in many ways, and accidentally at that point of time, Himalaya was testing Live 52 HB. That information had come to me through one of the reps, and through him I had got in contact information of Dr. Prahlad Patki then at Himalaya. He moved on to a different company after some time. But what helped me was, and I must thank Himalaya for that, they sent me samples of Live 52 HB specifically for this patient. I did not charge anything for them, they were coming for him. What happened in the first month itself, she conceived. They were very happy, elated. And I said, look here, good that you have conceived, but your problem starts as you approach the third month. So we have to be watchful. We went on with this Ayurvedic medications that I was doing. They were not in favor of anything modern medicine, and I respected their opinion. I'm happy that people do come with those very specific requests sometimes. And as it went on, the third month passed, we were not facing any issues, there was no spotting, nothing. And it was then, after a delay of everything, that I asked them to get an ultrasound done. The ultrasound done proved that there was a fetus, it was alive, it was surviving, and we gradually built it on, built it on, built it on. And the other thing I told this woman is that now, for 9 months, you are not moving around, you're not doing any laborious work, minor whatever you can do, you have to be on total bed rest. When it came to about the 8th month or so, the in laws, her in laws, were more frantic to get the man married. and somehow they came to me, and they were very stern at their word and everything. I heard it all, and I just said, I very specifically remember that, uh, Amma, after all these years, you have a probability of a child in your house, and you want me to take this funny. So her complaint was that she was not doing anything at home, just sitting idle. And I said, look here, this is me who has advised. And I had to actually threat her sister-in-law and her mother-in-law that if they put on the pedal for any sort of disruption in this, I was going to call the police and hand them over. It was a very strict word from my end, and to the extent that don't think that you'll leave from here so I'll not know. I have a track of you, I'll get to know what you're doing. It should just not happen. They resisted. The husband stood by, and in December I got an early morning call, and the husband said, Ho gaya. Now, early morning when you just wake up and you hear this word, it's like, Kya ho gaya? And then he said, Ke, Bacha ho gaya, it's a baby girl. And I was happy. At that point, and that is why I say that this was a stand I took for two women, not just for one woman. And more funny, after this incident or after this childbirth, this woman went on to give birth to two more kids. And I had to tell her or tell them that, look here, limit your family, don't raise too many kids. I understand that you've had a problem, but now that you have three, stop. We could not publish this study in Himalayas journals because there was issue with the lab reports that were available. Hepatitis B had turned negative. The problem was that we were getting handwritten reports, and the patient could not have afforded laboratory tests from laboratories which are accredited. And I was also very initial in my practice, so couldn't have funded it. Hence, that study could not be published. But yes, ever so thankful to Dr. Patki. And the lesson from this was that it's not just that you do treatments, you also stand for your patients, you stand for their rights, you stand for their needs. Thank you.